Okay, so one of your homework question, which is the second worksheet, which is the speed versus velocity one. Let me see. Speed. All right. Okay, we're just gonna go through 10 really quickly. So I am gonna take a screenshot of here and look at this. Okay. So a particle moving along x-axis in such a way its position t is given by x of t. X of t is a position, by the way. That just means going left and right, and t is the time. What is particle at rest? That's pretty easy. I'm not gonna go over that, but you do need to know how to factor. For those of you guys don't know how to use box method, nearly. Using box method is a crime. I just really, really dislike white people. Oh,
Mister, you're live streaming right now. Yes, you.
I'm not only offended white people, I offended gender as well. So. Okay. Shh. A and B should be fairly easy. A and B should be fairly easy because A just take a derivative, set equal to 0. You do need to know how to factor. B just told you to do normal line on the velocity. Find out about ut when it's moving left. The same thing as asking B, except it's looking for negative region. When does a particle change direction? They pretty much ask something 3 times, which is velocity is equal to 0. What is a velocity at particle at t equal to 3? Then just take a derivative, plug in 3. Now, here's a question. Uh-oh. Yeah. What is the total distance a particle travel from t equal to 0 and t equal to 3? Now, this is kind of hard. The problem is this, right? Now, to do this question without calculator is kind of challenging. I'm going to talk about without calculator part. With the calculator, it's actually very, very easy. But without calculator, this is kind of hard. Okay, so they say, what is the total distance that particle travel from t equal to 0 and t equal to 3? Now, it turns out I need a part C or part D to answer that. The reason being is this. You cannot just integrate the x of t, because integrate of xt is nothing. You cannot integrate position to get a brand new stuff. I have no idea what's the integration position. Maybe you can invent that. I have no idea. So at least that's beyond my knowledge. I'm not saying doesn't mean. For example, in physics, the fourth derivative is not means acceleration. The fourth derivative actually means jerk, and I have no idea what jerk means. So go ask Greenwald. You're live streaming. So let's write down this question. I'm gonna write down this question. Says, hey, how do I know when particle travel left? So let's talk about with calculator versus without calculator. So with calculator, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna say QuickTime. How much time I have? Count your accepted. What? I'm gonna win for sure. Show me the money first. You make so much money, how you broke? I introduced your job. What kind of food you eat?
I eat like 10 pounds in a day.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a derivative, obviously. And I'm gonna take a derivative and I'm gonna do this. X prime of t equal to 3t squared minus 6t, right? Plus 8, right? Oh, t squared. I can take a derivative. Oh my god, I should not be a math teacher. T minus 4 and a t minus 2, right? So obviously, t equal to 4, t equal to 2, that's when they change directions. Okay, so obviously you know some part of the graph is like this. At 2, it's going to be here. At 4, it's going to be here. So the graph's going to be something like this. Does that make sense? Now what happened is, the easiest way to do this question without calculator, with a calculator, this is what you're going to do. You're going to take an integration of this, x squared minus 6x plus 8, and absolute value of this between 0 to 4. And then you're going to use a calculator and you're going to figure out the answer, and that will be the total distance. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, what if you don't have a calculator? Then it's going to be integration from 0 to 2. This part is the original function, which is x squared minus 6x plus 8 dx, and the plus minus integration from 2 to 4 of x squared minus 6x plus 8 dx. Why is minus? Because this part need to flip upwards like this. In order to flip, you had to put negative in front of the function. So I'm gonna let you do that. There's another way to do it though. There's another way to do it. And they should come out the same answer. This way is actually go to position function and look at the difference between positions. Right? So it'll be s of 4 minus s of 2 and absolute value plus s of 2 minus s of 0 and absolute value. That can give you a same thing, or in this case it's x. That should give you a same thing, but you have the absolute value each time because you want to find out what displacement between 0 to 2 seconds, and absolute value it and plus the 2 to 0. Yeah, last part is 0. Okay, and should come out the same answer because you look at displacement between 0 to 2 and you absolute value. Yeah. And you add it to the from 2 to 4, you look at displacement, it could be negative now, but you absolute value afterwards, and you got, hey, you got whatever the total distance. So this way is the easiest way to use calculator. So take a calculator and just do absolute value. That's the easiest way. This way is to look at a derivative between 0 to 2, but have to put negative in front of absolute value. The third way is look at a position function and just take the displacement and the absolute value it between 2 times. Okay, I'll see you next time. You owe me $500, Jenny.
I never agree. We never signed a contract. We never, like, the thing.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's what we talk about. Yes. So displacement is without absolute value. Total distance with absolute value, but has to be inside the function, not out of the function, not outside the integral. It's inside the integral.